Blast off. What's up, not rocket sciencers? It's Matty Cardarople. So for today, for Monday, we're going to catch you up on all the Not Rocket Science podcast episodes in a best of video of all the interviews we've done. So we wanted to catch you all up, and also we need to catch up on releasing on Mondays. So yeah, that's what will be in this video. So stay tuned. Next week we'll have an all new episode. But in the meantime, sit back, grab some popcorn, put on your space helmet, and enjoy all the episodes of Not Rocket Science podcast we've done this far with a little best of. So sit back and enjoy. All right, peace.
It's not rocket science.
Not rocket science. Not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.
My wife and I have an astrology podcast called Something About Astrology. We do a new episode every weekend, and it's just a passion of mine. I don't know how else to describe it, really. I'm really into astrology, like I am into sports.
How would one find out? How do you get to that point where you can be like, oh, the moon is in Virgo.
Sure.
I might, crap my pants today, or I don't.
Yeah,
Dear
right?
God.
Yeah, no, you can predict pants crapping fairly accurately thanks to astrology.
Learning something new every day, guys.
Right?
Actually, really interesting, this crap pantsing stuff.
Yeah, we're going to
Does
get
crap
into that. We're
pantsing
going to
make
do a
sense,
deep
or is
dive on that.
crapping a pants?
But there's a day planner for that as to what the planets are doing. And this is the one I use. It's Llewellyn's Daily Planetary Guide. So it's a day planner. So I can use it as a calendar to track what I'm going to do in my day. But then it also on here shows you what the planets are doing and the exact time that those things are happening for every day.
I'm not sure what the signs are.
Well, it starts with Aries.
And Aries, what did Aries look like if I wanted that as a golden necklace?
Aries is the ram. That's
Okay. All right.
If you want a ram necklace.
I want a ram necklace.
But it starts with Aries, and that works all the way around the zodiac: Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and then it ends with Pisces. Pisces is technically the last sign.
What advice would you give comics that are just starting out that wanted to get into comedy? What would you tell them?
I would say tell the joke that you would like to hear. I would say talk with the room, not at them. Hug them with your words. Trust you're enough. Don't chase the laugh. Talk and just get up there and try. Don't take comedy classes. Avoid astrology.
Wild.
Yeah, this is very. This is like hitting
I don't
my
know.
heart.
This is
Like, I
this is
feel it.
beautiful.
I feel it.
Beautiful
Yeah,
advice.
that's right.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that
thank
was
you.
beautiful
just get
advice.
up on just get up on stage. I guess you can take comedy classes. Do what you want. Who am I to? Don't listen to any advice.
No, yeah,
If you want to be a comedian, you got to get on stage.
I started when I was only 20 doing flowers on my own. And my first pop-up was the Venice Street Fair in 92. It's so perfect.
Whoa.
And we just sold so many dried flowers and homemade potpourri and got into a store. And then, when I was 22, I had a flower cart in Pershing Square and started working downtown for almost 30 years in different locations.
Wow.
I was at Hyperion Nursery, where Trader Joe's in Silver Lake is now.
That was a very big, famous nursery, right?
Yes. John Scavo started it in 1945. And that's when I got a little stint on The Simpsons, because my friend used to hang out with Matt Groening at Barney's Beanery. And
Whoa.
and he's he saw me with my flowers in my backpack on my bicycle and was like, we're going to do an episode about you. So that was so many things have come along during the years.
Can you explain that episode? And do they use your name?
So there is still dumbbell indemnity with me in at least the first half as Moe's girlfriend.
That is
and
amazing.
Helen Hunt was the voice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
That's
so cool. You'll have to check it out.
I just want to find out some things about how to keep flowers and how to basic flowers. So there's a lot of people out there, myself included. Let's say I buy a bouquet of flowers. how long, or can you give me some tips on to keep flowers lasting longer? Do we change?
Absolutely. Yeah. You make sure to add water at least the first 3 days, because when a florist makes an arrangement, you're cutting the stems. They're drinking a lot of water. So the first couple days, they're going to drink up all the water that's in there. So you're going to want to, check the base inside and add water to whatever, whether it's a container or like a, little oasis or whatever people use. You want to make sure to keep water. That's basically the most important thing. Don't put them in a hot spot. A lot of people think that they want sun because they're flowers, but once they're cut, you want to get them out of the sun because you want to keep them cool, keep them fresh, change the water, cut the stems, if it's feasible.
Right.
But most of all, it's just changing the waters out and keeping them out of the sun.
Does the I don't know if it's sugar
Yeah, I
or the
was
little
gonna say
packets.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
the wives' tales. You can do the packets, but that's basically to keep the bacteria out. But if you change that water every day, it's not going to get bacteria in there anyway.
So change the water, fresh water. kind of
Fresh
every day
water.
for
And if
3
it's in an
days.
arrangement that's really hard, like the one that you got the other day,
Yeah.
basically just add water to it, because you're not going to want to take the whole arrangement apart to cut every
Right.
stem. But just make sure that whatever container's in there has water.
Yeah.
So all the stems get to drink.
Renee's been doing flowers for my wife and I for years. She did our flowers at our wedding. She's incredible. And most recently, the other day, I got my wife Lauren flowers for passing her first exam for acupuncture.
Congratulations
Yes.
to her, by the way.
Yeah. To get accreditation to be able to be an acupuncture. So you did an amazing flower arrangement, and I'll put up a photo of it here. But it's so epic, and she was so happy, and her mind was blown.
Shall we?
Yeah, we should open the
There's
card.
thank you cards.
Dear Anthony, I hate your flippin' guts.
No,
Maddie's my friend, you're not. I would not be here if it was
Sorry,
just you.
I had
You're
to
a jerk.
sharpen my pencil.
Unreal.
Jeez, Johnny.
No, this is what he really wrote. Thank you for having me on your podcast. Congratulations on your success. I wish you all the best and glad to meet you. Sincerely, Johnny. He was not being rude. I was kidding.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, here we
Hey
go.
guys, my name is Zane, age 8, and I am a homeowner.
Yes, hi Zane. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
That was
My
it.
question is, should I sell my current property before buying a new one?
Great question. So there is a low inventory market right now. Those of you who probably have read the news. So that's the current thing going on, right? There's not a lot of properties on the market. There's a lot of demand, even with the interest rates being high. So as long as you price the property well and you stage it well, you clean it up well, this is assuming you want the top dollar for your property, you should sell now.
And
Yeah.
Zane, I want to say, buddy, you need to kind of get your life going a little better. You're getting a house now at 8. I had a house at 4. So come on, Zane. And now a word from our sponsor. Do you like heating things up in your microwave? Sure, we all do. Microwaves are very convenient. But why are all microwaves rectangular in shape? Wouldn't it be more fun to use a microwave in the shape of a triangle? Introducing the Triangle Microwave. It's just like a regular microwave, except it's the shape of a triangle, so it's more fun to use. The Triangle Microwave will not turn your food into the shape of a triangle. We get asked that question a lot. If you want your food to be in the shape of a triangle, you'll need to cut your food into a triangle. Try the Triangle Microwave today and see why people are saying, smells like triangles.
It's gotten to the point where, honestly, if I don't love it or really like it, I'm not going to buy it. Like, where before I was buying, like, everything.
Well, you do have a full room and a storage, and we're going to
Yes.
show we'll put up a little picture of his
If that's
room.
okay.
No.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
fine. So that whole room started out, my wife, when we moved into that apartment, she's like, you can set your Hot Wheels up in your little corner office, and I was like, okay. My corner office was in the corner of the dining room. My dining room shared a wall with the kitchen and my living room. So it just slowly started to spread into the kitchen, down the dining room wall, into the living room, and then onto the ceiling. The only place that there wasn't Hot Wheels, I think, in that apartment was in our bathroom and in the bedroom. But in the bedroom, I had my Hot Wheels sneakers on display. So, I mean, then, they were...
All Hot Wheels.
And how does your wife feel about that?
Yeah, I think, there was a lot more limitations when we moved into our new apartment,
Yeah, that's
but she's
hilarious.
supportive?
Yeah, honestly, she kind of got into it. I mean...
What's kind of like your highlight of people that you've worked with, that you've loved working with, or that really stuck with you?
Terry Gilliam, for sure.
Yeah. That's incredible.
He's been an incredible mentor because, when I met him, which was the early 2000s for his movie Brothers Grimm, I just met Nicola Pecorini, which is Terry Gilliam's cinematographer. And so thanks to Nicola, I was introduced to Terry. I could show him my work, and we started visualizing Brothers Grimm. But just witnessing his creative process and working so closely to such a incredible mind and good heart.
We're going to get in the booth and see what you think of the voices that we prepared for you, Mike DeLay, and get your opinion. And should we get in the sound booth, guys?
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
Are you ready with
No,
the voices?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, cool.
Let's do it. Okay, Zane, you ready?
Yes.
All right, whenever you're ready, we're rolling.
Ha la 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 la.
Can you do a squirrel voice, like a high-pitched squirrel voice?
Sure.
Let's hear it.
Hey, Mr. Squirrel, I'm from the Big Nut House.
I'm Mr. Squirrel, and I like to eat nuts.
All right, I'm Mr. Squirrel, and I'm from the Nut House. Is that Southern?
Mr. Squirrel.
I'm Mr. Squirrel, and I'm from the Nut House.
Isn't that nuts?
I'm Mr. Squirrel, and I'm from the Nut House. Marty!
I hope that was professional.
What did you think of our voices?
It was very
that we
good.
did?
Yeah, very good.
Do you think
good,
we'd get hired
good variety? Yeah,
of
absolutely.
Mr. Squirrel?
Oh yeah.
I got a question for
Sure,
you.
sure.
Fastest time you ever put your outfit on? Do
Oh,
you guys really
yeah,
time
we
yourselves?
do, yeah.
What's the fastest you've
Fastest,
done? Full outfit, boots and all.
boots, everything, all
Hat.
the way. So on probation, that's part of your probationary testing. So if you
Yeah.
can't get dressed, and like the maximum time is 2 minutes. That's from a normal like uniform, which is like your badge shirt,
Yeah.
all the way to your turnouts, BA on air, ready to go into a fire situation. You can't go past 2 minutes. So 2 minutes is maximum. If you can do it in 2 minutes, sure, it's passing. But for me personally, I think I was down around 115, 120, probably the
115,
fastest.
120. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I mean, you get good at it. You
So
practice.
so is it literally like you're watching TV in the outfit you're wearing right now, and then they do the ding 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 ding, ding and you got to run down so you don't know when it's gonna happen?
Yeah, so we'll do that like with rookies and probationary guys. They'll be in the kitchen doing dishes or doing whatever mundane like station task, and you go, all right, like, we're gonna do a go drill for them, and then you page them up. You go.
Slowest time you've ever seen. That's a good.
Definitely not passing.
Like 10 minutes?
I mean, not 10 minutes. I would say probably into like the 3s, but also they're all goofed up. Like I've seen helmets on backwards. I've seen, I've seen guys fumble. There's just a lot of fumbling around that, but
you can't do.
You can't. I mean, it's gotta be right. But they'll get better.
You need every button.
You don't think that's what you don't think about for firefighting is the buttons.
You got to tuck, too, though. You got to tuck.
You gotta tuck your shirt in?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Do you?
I don't know.
And what are we at?
And 48 seconds.
I could be a Well, I guess they have more equipment, but close enough, Close enough.
But you know, when you were younger and your mom or your dad or just a parental, figure, you would have a little boo-boo on your hand or something, and they would put their, hand on it or they'd kiss it. That is a form of Reiki in the very simple sense of really it's exchanging positive energy. Let's just put it down to that. That's what it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
Right? And so you can do it yourself whenever you need. Like if you just need to calm down, a lot of times I will just put my hand on my heart and I'll take a few deep breaths. And it'll bring you back to your center, which is really what we're all trying to do here, even though we may not know that that's what we're doing, but we're just trying to bring it back in. And Reiki just kind of I'm going to say this. That's a release.
It is?
Yes, it is, honey.
Whoa.
Burping. I burp sometimes when I do sessions. Oops. And then maybe a little fart. If you get a little too...
Fart when you're doing this to
Sometimes
people?
it's embarrassing. Or I'll try to hold it, but then I'm like, no, you got to let the energy flow.
You have to let it too? I thought you were... Well, there. I don't know if you're doing this to me. Please release beforehand. Do you mind like he was saying? Do you mind doing like a short story that you may have prepared? If you don't,
maybe you two can help me with this one. So I've been trying to do this mime piece about reaching into a bird cage and pulling a bird out. It's for a longer piece based on this poem. So I've been working with how to mime that I'm holding a bird cage as opposed to just like a block or a thing. And what I'm trying to figure out is, one, I want to pull the cloth off the top. So that's a thing you do in mime, is you do object identification. So if I'm touching a cloth, my arm and my body is like a cloth, Same thing if I'm touching a feather, then my whole body is like a feather. And if I'm touching a rock, my whole body's like a rock. So have this bird cage, and then I'm like lifting the cloth off of it and sort of doing some smooth kind of lyrical stuff. And then now I'm a mime describing what I do while I do it.
No, that's okay.
And I reach in and I grab the bird. And the new move that I've been coming up with is to be holding a bird and like show the rhythm of the bird with my hands. So that I'm not, so it doesn't look like I'm just like strangling it. So I've been practicing this, like holding it, kind of fluttering
in your hand.
Yeah, with my hand. So that's my new move. Is my bluebird move.
Nice, I love that.
Yeah, that's what mimes think about a lot is rhythm. It's a little more like they use the word composition when you're writing a mime piece, because it is more so about the rhythm and what's called the musicality of movement. And in the viewer's brain, it is the same area of the brain that's interpreting music. So it is sort of different than language, which is why mime tends to be separate from language. When you watch mime, and that's the first lesson you learn at mime school, is you have to sing your piece. Not sing like, and then I open the refrigerator, but you have to you kind of do the sound of the movement before you even do it. You go on stage and you close your eyes and you're like, whoop, doo, and trying to make it really dynamic. So then when you do your piece, it's like, it's got lyrical parts and then staccato, and there's a lot of musical terms in mime too.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Thank you for demonstrating that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No problem. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but if I'm going to bust it out.
No, that's very cool. It looked real to me. Like I thought there was a bird in the room. Don't worry about you, Anthony. I really
thought there was a bird. Or if I want it to look better condition, do I clean these, shine them up?
Oh, no. You definitely don't want to clean a coin. I can't stress that enough to my viewers, because I actually did a video the other day on YouTube with my local coin shop owner. Yeah. And he's like freaking out when I asked this question, because all my viewers want to know, how do you clean a coin? You don't.
You just leave it.
Yeah. If it's if it's got like a bunch of mud on it or something, just spray it off with a water bottle or something. But when you're rubbing onto a coin, you're just you're scratching the surface, damaging the surface of the coin. So it completely takes away a ton of value from it, especially if it's a rare coin that's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's pretty wild.
Can you kind of name off some of your Guinness records that you have? What are they?
Sure. Most marshmallows caught in your mouth in a minute, and a lot of these have been broken since I've done it. But I'll just say, at one point held these records. Okay. Longest time to balance a guitar on your head. Longest time, or most toilet paper rolls balanced on your head. Longest time to juggle 5 basketballs. Longest time to juggle 5 soccer balls. Most
Do you have
bou-
videos of these?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, they're playing now. Didn't you know?
They're always playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing.
Most samurai swords juggled. Most torches juggled on a balance board.
Wow.
3, 2, 1, go. Maddie, did you stop?
Yeah.
Did I win?
You won.
Nice.
I did a lot of improv back in the day.
Nice.
Through in Indianapolis, I did my high school's comedy sports team. I did improv at my college, although I started not showing up to the shows because I would rather, it was like the same freaking day as like football tailgates. And I was like, I can either get sloshed or I can chase my dreams in improv. And I chose sloshed.
Yeah.
And then
I love your terms for things. I knew what sloshed means, by the way.
And so then I was like, well, the other option is stand up.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, hope this works because I just love comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
You're so funny.
I loved stand up.
Oh, that's
I didn't even
awesome.
do an open mic. My first time ever on
Oh,
stage was at a
really?
show,
Whoa.
a bringer show. He goes, I don't care what experience you have. You bring 7 people, I'll throw you up. I go, deal.
Whoa.
Brought like 20.
Whoa, 20.
Yeah.
20 people.
That's awesome.
Just so everybody knows I have friends, I wanted to say that. And so then I just kind of loved that, and I just kept working at it. And then I took a class, a stand-up class, and there was a showcase at the Laugh Factory. I was only like 2 years in, maybe a year and a half. And I did the showcase at the Laugh Factory, and they ended up filming it. And then they posted one of my bits, and it went viral. And then I
Whoa.
started getting booked on all these shows around town, and then it kind of caught fire, and I got an agency and management, and the rest is
All from the class.
I'd say from that clip, I think that's what put me on the people's radars.
Are you goofy in real life? Like, are you pretty goofy?
I already know that.
Gosh, yeah, I
Sure
sure
is.
am. There's a goofy curse. There is
Yeah.
what I call the goofy curse. Anything really stupid that I do, I blame on Goofy.
That's great.
And
I need that. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to
well,
blame you.
here's an example. I was putting up Christmas lights once, and I was just in sweats and everything, so I'm up there on the ladder, and putting up the lights and everything. I stepped back down, and I backed up, and my foot hit a pipe for the sprinkler system. And I fell backwards into some rose bushes.
Oh, God.
Now, that's goofy enough.
Sure.
And I could blame that on Goofy. But the first rose bush grabbed my sweatpants and yanked them down. And I fell bare-butted into the second rose bush.
Oh, my God.
It's like the Three Stooges, you know.
What
It's
the
like,
heck?
that's the Goofy curse. And that has plagued me ever
That
since.
is such a cartoon fall.
It is.
It is so cartoon. Like,
It really
How
was.
does this... that doesn't happen unless you
No.
play Goofy again.
No.
What is the most famous haunted house you've ever been in? That's always a fun question.
Oh.
Or maybe whatever you think. Have you been to the Warren Museum? Any of that fun stuff?
I haven't been to the Warren Museum, but I
Yeah.
mean, I was on Ghost Hunters.
Yeah,
I traveled the world.
So you went everywhere.
I went everywhere. I've been in all the big places, Waverly Sanitarium, the old
Oh
State House
my
in
gosh.
Connecticut. Stuff like that. Where King Henry VIII chopped off his 9th wife's head or whatever it was.
Yeah.
We were in places like that. It was crazy. It was
Unbelievable.
cool. Dude, so we're doing the old State House in Connecticut. Now, don't tell anybody this, but
Don't tell
at
a
the end of the
word.
night, it's like 3 a.m. We're breaking down. Now, this is the place where George Washington was at, where he negotiated with the French to get the extra troops to win the Revolutionary War. Well, all that furniture's still there, and the only reason it's still there is that when the Americans occupied that area, that was their offices, and when the British occupied it, that was their offices. So it was one of the only buildings that didn't burn down. So all that original furniture's there. At the middle of the night, when no one was looking, I stepped across that velvet rope and I sat in that chair that George Washington sat at the table where he negotiated to give us all of this amazingness that we live in today. And just to sit there and put your hand and just feel that energy of the importance of all that stuff that happened back then to allow all of us to be privileged and sit here and talk about ghosts and not have to worry about a bullet coming through a window or something.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is.
You weren't drinking a glass of wine in that chair.
I
Red
wanted-
wine.
I
You don't
wanted
wanna-
to,
That's
but-
something you don't want to stay in a chair like
No,
that.
yeah,
I promise
exactly.
you that. That's an important chair.
I mean, I probably would have got fired at the time had they known, but now I
because
don't.
it was late at night, 3 a.m.
Yeah, we're cleaning stuff up and no one was looking, so I took advantage of that. I mean,
So let's check in with Greg real quick and see what he's up to.
Wow. Hi, guys. I'm here to build something.
And that something is a birdhouse. Let's get quacking. Quack, quack. Wow, I'm going to open the box and start building. Do not put wood in your mouth. What do they think I am, a termite? Wow, 7 wood birdhouse parts, nails, perch, chain, hooks, glue, tube, 4 paint pots, paint brush, hammer required. So identify and sort out all parts. Ask an adult for help. Wow, this is gonna be a little bit more trickier than I thought. Wow, I don't need directions, okay? I'm a plant, all right? These are the walls to the house, okay? I do not think a seagull will fit in here. We are going to start hammering it together. It's starting to look more and more like a bird cage or a bird house. Okay, so we're gonna hammer the other wall on. Ready? At home. Everyone watching, you don't wanna hit your finger because, wow, you need your finger. Hey Siri, how do you build a birdhouse? It's not, rocket scientist. I can figure this out. Okay, so we're gonna complete it. Now that we've got the birdhouse, we are going to paint it. I'm painting the birdhouse blue. Leonardo da Vinci at work. We'll do the inside red, okay? The floor, a red floor. And it's looking more and more like a beautiful birdhouse. Wow, if I was a bird, I'd buy it. I think it's beautiful. I think I'm done. Wow. What do you think? Wow. Quack, quack.
Man.
Wow.
Wow, that's really cool.
Wow, Greg.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's really.
You get a wow award for the day because that was very impressive.
Wow, thanks. And I'm just so proud of myself. It breaks my heart. And well, I just want you to know, when I go back to being a plant, remember to water me, okay? Wow.
Zane, was that kid approved?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay, fair enough.
It's not rocket science. Not rocket science. Not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science.